Hello, my name is Dylan, but you can call me Buttercup. Welcome to Buttercup Yarn Art, a soft-spoken video journal where I play with yarn and share my thoughts. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about, please leave a comment to let me know. Today I am doing a little practice swatch of the stitch pattern that I am planning on using to make myself a new blanket. This one I'm making out of cotton. I think I've talked before about why I'm making it, so I won't rehash that here. I'm just using some yarn I have left over from something else. And this isn't a gauge swatch or anything. I am going to be using a much bigger hook for the actual blanket to kind of get more out of the yarn, because it goes a bit farther at a looser gauge. So that's my plan. And what I'm doing now, I'm just kind of playing with modifications I'm going to make to the stitch pattern itself. The main one is, instead of a foundation chain, I'm using a foundation row, and I'm doing 5 rows of single crochet at the bottom and at the top to kind of straighten out the edges. The side edges are pretty straight on their own, but the top and bottom edge, unless there's something there to kind of stabilize them, they get really wonky. So I'm just adding those 5 rows of single crochet at the beginning and the end to make sure that the edges, the top and bottom edges, are stable, basically. And I'm also playing with, to save like a couple of yards of yarn, the number of chains in between each little cluster of double crochet in here. The stitch pattern is called the woven shell stitch in the book that I got it from, which is the Crochet Stitch Dictionary by Sarah Hazel. Sorry for mispronouncing that. And the book calls it the woven shell stitch. So that's what I'm calling it. If you recognize the stitch pattern, let me know if you call it something different. I am really curious about that. But I'm going to call it the woven shell stitch because that is what my book calls it. I am also, instead of using starting chains, I am using chainless starting double crochets, and when I do chainless starting double crochets, I like to do a chain 1 to start them off. Please excuse the crinkly noises in the back. Summer is wandering around in some packing material, and I tried to shoo her away and she ignored me. So, but it shouldn't be too loud, I don't think. So, but yeah, I think adding that chain one before a chainless starting double crochet makes it just a little bit neater than just doing the chainless starting stitch. And I don't do chainless starting half double crochet or a single crochet because I don't really think it's worth it. Here I'm going to do one chain between the clusters, see what happens, see if it's workable or not. Just, you know, save those couple of yards, stretch it further. I think 2 is the kind of happy medium. Here, with 2 there's enough space that you know what's going on, but you know there's not way too much. There's not an extravagant amount of space, if that makes sense. This is one of the downsides of this. As Summer gets a snack, quite loudly. Summer, you're being such a nuisance. Is it can get a little stuck on itself. What are you stuck on? My goodness. And the stitch pattern, I think, isn't technically double-sided, but I think both sides look equally good. So, yeah, one chain is not enough. So, let me go back, add another. Maybe I'll be a little more cooperative this time. So, yeah, I'm just practicing the stitch, making sure I know how it works, making sure I know how to do it, making sure modifications that I want to do actually work. I have played a little bit with it before, but here we go. Much better. But I'm being a bit more methodical about it now. Yeah, just making sure that this will work the way I want it to. I'm also, once I finish this repeat, going to do the 5 rows of single crochet at the end. I know when I did it before, when I played with the stitch before, I was able, as Summer plays in the packing material again, I was able to make the edge nice and neat. Using single crochet, I had to kind of I had to do some decreases around the chain spaces to get the stitch count back to where I started, but it came out neat, and I'm kind of banking on that. So, see how it goes. So, that is the first thing I wanted to talk about. Summer is very active this evening. I apologize. But I've already had to restart this once, and I don't want to restart it again. So I'm going to soldier on. I am actually recording this on Friday night rather than my usual Saturday morning, my now usual Saturday morning, because tomorrow, Saturday, I am going to a convention all day, and I'll be leaving too early to have time to make a video in the morning. So I'm recording on Friday night. This is scheduled to go, I will schedule this to go up at the now usual time on Saturday. But I am going to a convention, and so I won't have time tomorrow. But I am really looking forward to this convention. I've only been able to go once before, and then 2020 happened and it was canceled. But it's back this year with strict vaccination policies, and I'm really, really excited. I can't wait to go back. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun the first time I went, and it'll be a lot of fun again. So I think I will just do my row of single crochet here. See if I can figure out the secret sauce that made it work. I think I had to single crochet 3 together at the chain spaces to make it work. So we'll try that. See how it goes. So let's see, I know I started with 19 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah. So I am going to insert, drop a loop, insert, drop a loop, insert, drop a loop, draw through all of those loops, and keep going. And that's how I do my single crochet 3 together. I think the last time I played with this, I did a single crochet row after the next row of the repeat. So I'll find out if it works on either row, or if I have to do it after a particular one. That'll be good to see too. I'll get plenty of good information from doing it this way. So get to the end of the row. And see if I got the right number of stitches. I think I did. But I'd like to count and be sure. So I'll flip it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Awesome. I'll just do another row, see if it's even, and if it is, then I can probably finish it up on either row, and if not, I will have to figure that out another time. I think it'll be okay, but I like to test it out and see. And I'll probably, while this is processing, do the 3 more, finish it out, just to make absolutely sure that this edge will do what I want. But yeah, the gauge is going to be much looser. These shells are going to be much bigger than the actual blanket. This is a 4.5 millimeter hook. Furls calls it G+. I don't know if you can see that. The one I am planning to use is a K hook. I don't remember how big that is in millimeters, but it is quite a few sizes bigger than the one I'm using right this very moment. I just happen to have this one out, which was highly advantageous. So I used it. Let's see. Yeah, pretty even, I think. With the last 3 rows, it'll get even more even, and it'll work out just fine with either of the rows to end on. Great. Okay. I think that is it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.